Hi guys, welcome back to the Living for Christ podcast. In the last video, we received so much love and so much good support, and now we can see in our viewers as well that you guys actually enjoy this, and I'm just so happy that you guys actually liked it.
Yeah, no, you look at the YouTube channel, you see, I think we're on 47 subscribers now, and like 315 views. Oh my days, guys. I opened that and it was like, at one point, it was, all that was running through my mind is how great is God for allowing that to happen.
Mm-hmm.
All that support and all that love, man. It's overwhelming.
Yeah, even like tonight we had a surprise visit by our rector. Shared some thoughts on about the podcast, what we can do, and it was a blessing to have him also before we start with the podcast, sharing a prayer with us and some motivational talks to us. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I must say though, with the subscribers and the likes, it beat my expectations, because I wasn't expecting like so many viewers and so many subscribers in such a short amount of time.
Did you see that? Did you see that comment? That was the 7-day Adventist.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was incredible,
yes.
man. That's like it's comments like that keeps us. I think that's what's gonna keep us going. It's like we might not think we made a big impact, but to that person maybe it meant a lot.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So like basically that is also what the podcast is about, just to be able to reach and touch that one person that makes us feel okay that what we are doing is good. So thank you for the person that sent that comment. I think her name is Amy. Hi, Amy.
Damn, Amy. Hey, yo, Amy. But like, guys, let's just get into it, man. Like, tell me, how was your week? Like, did anything speak to you? Did anything insignificant happen?
This week has been eventful, man. It's like a roller coaster of, I think, emotions. Yeah. Because I go from feeling like so close to God, and then other moments feeling not close to God. But the lesson in that is that your relationship with God isn't determined by feelings.
Yeah.
And I think that's what I learned in this past week. How about you, Franrico?
And also like the district apostle made mention yesterday regarding the church, that we are learning church. So same like with the podcast, we also a learning podcast. We're learning more about Christ and His teaching, and we do not want to take from the word or add to the word. We just want to follow biblical instructions that is given to us via the Bible. So yeah, that is how I feel about things, guys.
Mm-hmm. My week last week, it was interesting to say the least, because obviously I had my fair times of up and down, of when I was low and when I was high. And I just got like this feeling of appreciation,
Yeah.
But not it doesn't sound strange, but not just for like the ups, but like for the downs, because I feel like I learned a bit more.
Yep.
Because I don't want to return into that down or that downhill or in that valley.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like what you said on the first podcast. You were like, you can't appreciate the good without the bad.
You listen, bro. You listen. I appreciate that.
Yeah. Makes sense, eh?
Alright, but guys, let's talk, man. Miracles.
Ooh.
Franrico.
Let's go, man.
What is a miracle, Franrico? In your opinion?
In my opinion, a miracle is basically like, to my understanding, it's something that God or Jesus, and I just want to just confirm. But miracle is something that delivers you from a crisis, to my understanding. So it's something temporary that takes place in your life. It's not. It's a once-off thing that takes place, so that doesn't define that you won't have some challenges after that miracles. So it's only a once-off thing, according to biblical information. So that is how I see a miracle, as a once-off, temporary fix regarding the situation you find yourself in.
And you, bro?
For me, it's like I feel that a miracle is, you could say maybe an impossible event, an event that isn't normal, an uncommon event.
Yeah, yes.
That doesn't really follow the rules of like the law and matter, the law of matter.
Yeah, defines the law of physics, right?
For real. And it basically manifests divine intervention.
Yes.
Which means it's God revealing Himself through this
supernatural,
this action or this event.
That's what I think.
Now, I think, I'm going to keep it simple with you guys. I feel like it's something that us as man can't do, or at least can't do alone.
Yeah.
You know, like when we see this, like this big, actually no, the floods. You know, the flood.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, no, shh. When something big happens, like I'm going to say the flood, like the flood. You know, like that's something we can't do. We can't recreate that. You know, same with natural disasters. That's not us.
Yes.
Nothing to do with us.
Yeah.
So that has to be like external power, and I feel like that just shows us that he is out there,
Yeah.
and he is watching us for like the better of us.
So true, yeah.
And also miracles is like, I feel like it's also a tool used for us to look at it and be like, wow,
Yes, yes.
how great is that?
Yeah.
How great is God's power for him to do something that we can't even comprehend at times?
Yeah, yeah. So also like when we speak about miracles, according to biblical information, that there's 3 types of miracles that is being mentioned within the Bible. It's the one is where Jesus healed, the healing miracle, where he done the healing miracle, and the other one was
Exorcism.
exorcism.
It's
Eh?
called.
That word is so hectic, man. That word is so hectic.
The pronunciation is a bit dodgy.
Yeah, yeah. So that is basically the 3 that is mentioned within the Bible that Jesus did those or performed that miracles. Yeah.
So what was the third one again? I remember the two.
It's
Nature.
Nature was the third one.
Nature.
That is when he feeded the multitude.
Oh,
And
yes.
yeah.
Oh, is that nature?
That's
Oh,
nature,
yes, yes,
Yes,
yes.
yeah.
Yeah. But is there any miracle in the Bible that like stands out for you guys? Like that's just like whoa, wow.
Well, for me personally, I think the first miracle again I want to rephrase that according to biblical information, the first miracle that stood out for me is the first miracle that Jesus performed. That was at the feast, at the marriage, where he was invited to the marriage, and he performed a divine encounter. He changed the water into sweet wine. I think that's why the wine's still sweet today, guys. Yes, Jesus performed that miracle. And the final miracle to biblical understanding or to biblical context is the miracle where Peter cut off Mark, I think the guy's name is Marcus' ear. And Jesus told Peter to go put back on the ear, and Jesus touched his ear and it was healed. So that basically that 2 miracles that Jesus did according to the Bible stands out for me. And also with the final miracle that Jesus did with healing the guy with the ear, just right after that, the resurrection, Jesus was also, I think, right after that, the Bible says that they crucified Jesus right after that. After his final miracle, Jesus was crucified and resurrected right after that. Yeah.
I'm sorry. Before you like give yours, I'm just thinking now in his mindset.
Yeah.
To like be able to heal after you know for a fact you're gonna be in pain, you're gonna be tortured. Like me, like I would be petty, eh? I'd be like, no, I'm not gonna heal you. I'm a suffer later.
Yeah.
Why would I do that? But see, he's just so, like I don't know.
He's perfect.
Bruh.
He's perfect.
And you,
I
Cullin?
think for me, the one that stands out the most is when Jesus walked on water. Like when the disciples got into the boat and Jesus went up to a mountain and
Yeah.
they were going through this rough, stormy future
Yes,
land,
yeah.
you know. The reason for that being one of my favorites is because I have a very special meaning connected to it.
Okay.
And that meaning is, and I told it to you, I think.
Mhm.
I also
Yes.
referred it to you. It's that when Peter saw Jesus,
Yeah.
he was like, if it is really you, let me come out to you.
Yeah.
And Jesus said, come.
Yeah.
And while Peter was focusing on Jesus, his focus was on Jesus, he started to walk on water.
Yeah.
But then once he looked at the waves and he looked at all of, and the waves symbolize and the wind symbolizes obstacles in life.
Yeah.
Or difficulties. Once you shift your focus from Jesus onto the difficulties, it makes it that is the most important thing in your life right now.
Yeah.
The difficulties.
Yeah.
And that's why he started sinking.
Mm-hmm.
And then the only way to be saved by that is to say, Lord, save me.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, save me.
Yeah.
And then when he did, the Lord came instant.
Hmm.
So that's why it's probably my favorite miracle.
That's a good
Yeah,
one,
bro,
eh?
that's a fire
good
miracle,
one.
bro.
Thank
No?
you.
Yeah.
Insane. My favorite miracle, it's a pretty well-known one. It's obviously the fish and the bread, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like there were only 2 fish and 5 loaves of bread, and then it was like, guys, multiply. You know, like
That
guys,
was super amazing.
For real.
you know, and then I go back to like what I say, that we can't just do that, you know, we can't make it appear out of nowhere.
Yes.
And he fed them.
Fed him out.
I can't get
Thousands
the
of
exact,
thousands.
yeah,
of
thousands. I can't get the exact number now, but he fed
thousands.
so many people.
Yeah.
And I bet none of them were like, oh man, I'm still hungry.
Because they was like still left over. Yeah.
That's so G, bro.
Yeah.
You just walk up there, you're like, these people are like, how are we gonna feed them? How are we gonna feed them? Don't worry about
worry.
it.
Don't worry about
Yeah.
Feed the like thousands.
magic. You know, not even magic, like just Holy
And the
Spirit.
amazing part for me regarding that specific miracle, that they were still left over. And so much of that the fish was left over and of the bread that they could have still served for many days to come.
And that's also amazing because now a thought popped into my mind. It's we serve a God that cares for us so much that He's going to give us what we need and more. He's abundant.
He can give us abundance, bro. I was thinking that as well.
I was thinking the same,
yeah.
Abundantly. So?
Yeah, no. And obviously we explained the different types of miracles. Is there any... Let's talk about the healing. This is the healing miracle, you know, like how we... yesterday they mentioned the service that He made the mute be able to talk and He made the deaf hear. You know, what are your guys' take on that? Yeah.
Cullin?
Again, it's just you hear that and then it's like, how amazing is that?
Yeah.
It's so amazing.
Yes.
It's so great that you can make somebody, and that's where it comes in like a miracle where it defines the laws the laws of matter. Basically.
Yeah.
It's like, how? But then instead of trying to dissect it, we should be like a child and be like, this is so amazing.
We should be like, wow.
For real. Like, you know when you walk out, like, when you see the sunrise for the first time, it's like, what is that thing?
What is it? Yeah.
It gives light. It's so great.
Yeah.
And that's what I feel about that.
Yeah, bro, like I'm waiting for your comments on what you think of that like miracle, bro.
Of the miracle?
Yeah, you know, like when you heard it, did you think, wow, what an amazing feat? Or did you think like, how is this possible? And where was He? And why did these people get healed? Did you think of anything like that along that line of
Yeah,
thought?
definitely. It's something to think about. It gives me some thought. And however, I just feel grateful that I'm part of serving a loving, wonderful, working God like that. And it's like it says in 1 Peter or 2 or like down where it says, it's not you who chose me, but it's me that chose you. So that stands out for me beyond my expectation and what I see it is.
And let's dive deeper in now. You know, like what makes a miracle a miracle? Obviously, we discussed this earlier now. That like context matters, the reasons matter, and where it was done also matters. You know.
Yeah.
And there are these grand things that happen sometimes.
Okay.
You know, like these big events that aren't miracles. They're just a gift or a blessing.
Yeah.
You know, and miracles don't necessarily have to be grand.
Yeah.
They can be small. You know. But then, do you guys know on how you guys could tell the difference in any way?
Between?
No, like
Miracle?
a miracle and a blessing. Or a miracle and a non-miracle.
Well, it boils down to what is a miracle.
Yeah.
Like, what do you define as a miracle?
Mm-hmm.
And you know, just quick backstory, our rector was here earlier, before we started the podcast, and this guy dropped like a bomb on us, man. It was cool.
Yeah.
He was saying, it's like, I also use the analogy, like, look at the sky. You see the sky, and you see only this part of it. Now, is this all the sky? Or is there more to it, like the universe? You know? That's kind of what a miracle is. You can't really define it because it's a simple answer. We don't know.
Yes.
So we can't really define it, but to give like a rough thingy of what I think, a miracle is just something that's, like I said, it's an extraordinary event that displays godly intervention.
So basically, you're saying that we can't really put the word miracle in a box. We can't say this is what a miracle is.
Yeah.
Because there are so many things that it can do, and it could be.
Yes. And also interesting part is where in the Bible it says that Jesus told the guy that had the leper, that had this type of illness.
Mm-hmm.
He said that when he healed him, he said that don't go tell the other people that I healed you, but he disobeyed and he went to go say. And then also from other events or divine encounters or miracles that Jesus done, he said, go say. So there remains a mystery why he did that. Because in the Bible it says he said, go say, and then also he says, don't go say. So that also stands out for me in the context that why did he do that? So that's why, like you said, a miracle is we can't put it in the box because Jesus didn't put it in the box. He made us wonder why did he do certain things or why didn't he do that. So yes, that is my take on it.
You know, like obviously, I told you guys a story before now about the story about this boy and this farmer, and obviously I didn't know where it comes from, and I can't tell you the whole story off by heart.
Okay.
But I can tell you roughly that this boy and this boy and the father were farmers, and they were living on the farm, obviously.
Yeah.
And they obviously had no fences, and they had one horse, and the horse ran away. Obviously, the boy like so sad or I don't know, anxious, like said, "You're dead. Our horse ran away." And the dad was like, "See, the horse ran away. I can't tell you it was a good thing or a bad thing."
Yeah.
Okay. Then they did their daily work, went to go sleep. The next day, the horse came back with 4 other horses. Now they had more horses.
Yes.
Now and even now, the boy was like, "Oh my gosh, Dad, look at this amazing thing." The boy brought the horse brought more horses. And now the dad's like, I can't say if it's a good thing or a bad thing. You know.
Yeah.
And then one day the boy was riding the horse and he fell over and broke his arm. Yeah. And obviously the boy's like, "Dad, look at this horrible event. Look, my arm is broken." And the dad was still like, "I don't know if it's a bad thing or a good thing."
Yeah.
That same day, they were shipping people, drafting people to go out to war. But the boy couldn't go to war because his arm was broken. He got the pass. Now you see, is that a miracle? Because the dad still says, "I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing," you know? Because he could have lost his life in war, or he could have helped win the fight in war. You know? Your thoughts on it, bro?
My thoughts on it is like, you know, when I'm referring again to it, but in the rectors here, it's like, so the fact that you can't put it in a box and that we as humans don't physically or fully comprehend what a miracle is and don't have like a actual definition for it. Saying that, you could say that that's a blessing, that's a miracle, we don't know. But what we do know is the truth, and the truth is the word. Exactly. So whatever Jesus did, whatever Jesus says is a miracle, that is a miracle.
Yeah.
So my answer for that is like, I don't know if that's a miracle.
Bro, dude, I don't know if it's the best answer right now, bro.
Yo, bro, like I was also considering like why we also can't put miracles in a box, because according to biblical context, there was only 37 miracles recorded in 4 Gospels, which is Matthew, John, Luke, and Mark. So that's why I think we can't put miracles in a box, because there's so much more that is about experiencing miracles. So each one of us experience or define miracles in our own perspective,
for real,
our own opinion.
And isn't it like they recorded 37, but maybe there was more?
There could have been hundreds of thousands.
There could have been more than Oh, definitely there's more, but according to what there is, what we can mention or what we can relate to regarding the Bible, there was only 37 recorded, and of that 37, 4 is recorded in 4 Gospels. So it stands out for me too. It makes me wonder also.
You know, I'm happy you spoke about that, because that brings us like to this stage now where we're looking at the miracles that we overlook. You know, like I'm gonna use one that we see in our daily life. We overlook the fact that we can wake up and see a new day.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
so many people take that for granted.
Yeah.
Because there are people that just sleep and they stay sleeping.
So true. Yeah. So true.
And I don't know if you guys can think of any other examples of this now, but I just feel like it's very important that we give it the credit that it deserves, you know?
But then you could ask the question, is that a miracle or a blessing?
Yeah. And also, is miracle still relevant today? In the Gospel of Hebrews, it says it's still relevant today. Jesus says today, tomorrow, and forever. So it's still relevant today. Miracles can be experienced. Each one of us, or we experience miracles in our own ways, and we can share about it. But when it comes to defining or a miracle, we can't put in a box. We can just say we can just state our opinions.
Yeah, we can't limit
what a miracle is.
You can't limit what a miracle is. You have anything to say?
No.
Oh, okay. Franrico, Cullin told us about like a personal event like that he felt was a miracle. Yeah?
Okay.
Did you have a personal event where you're like, damn man, what a miracle?
What a miracle can what?
Okay. Not what it is, but like, oh my gosh, that was a miracle.
That was a miracle. Right, so you guys, just going to go a bit personal. My mother was diagnosed with breast cancer.
Mm-hmm.
As you know, to have treatment and stuff like that is quite expensive. But serving a loving God and trusting that it's a miracle, after the treatment she received, I can say thank you that she doesn't have outstanding bills. So that is amazing for me, what God has done in my life, because you have removed a concern of me for the treatment my mother has received. So I can say thank you to the Lord for bringing me through the process of experiencing what He does for you. So that is my opinion regarding how I see a miracle. That
and I'm happy you said like that, like how you see it, because like in perspective, you could see it as a miracle, and someone else could see it as, no, that's just luck.
Yeah.
Or someone else could be like, oh no, that's not a miracle, that's a blessing.
Yeah.
You know, perspective is very important when it comes to these type of things.
Because also like in context, how miracles and blessings is described. Like a miracle is the process of that takes you through the crisis, or it relieves the crisis. A blessing in context is something that guides you through the process. So it depends on also how we take and see how each one have a different take on how blessings is, because we look at spiritual, natural blessings, and people define blessings to their understanding. But the biblical understanding regarding a blessing is, for me, my opinion is, and what to my understanding, like a blessing is something that guides you through the crisis, and a miracle is something that eliminates the crisis. Yeah, so that is my take on what you guys are asking about. So yeah.
So if we take what has been said here, it's so first off, it's miracles aren't. You can't put it in a box.
You can't define it.
You can't limit it.
Yeah, you can't limit it.
It's like an open field of thoughts.
Yeah.
Blessings, it's the same thing.
Yeah.
But what highlighted for me was that it's all perspective.
Yeah.
It's all perspective. Like the story that you told us.
Mm-hmm.
It's like us as humans, we think very short term. We, as God sees everything. He can literally see from the time everything was created to the end. So something bad might happen. Sorry to use this as an example, but somebody could get cancer. And then it's like, oh no, it's a bad thing, it's a bad thing, it's a bad thing. But then maybe through that cancer, that person finds Jesus Christ.
Yeah, you reminded me regarding yesterday's service. That is what the Tristan Apostle spoke about. That most of the time we go through various things, might it be negative or positive, but at the end of the day, is to shape us in our faith. And because he also made mention that Jesus, God, He makes a believer faithful, and that is a powerful statement. Because regarding where you come from or who you are, it depends on your heart's desire and who you are. So God uses who He wants to. It's like the Tristan Apostle again, again saying what he made mention. He said in the Bible, it says, Jesus told the fisherman, cast the net. He'll do the job. So, same like what we are doing tonight, we're casting the net. God will take care of what He needs to take care of, because this is His word. This is what, so basically that is my perspective of a blessing, a miracle, and who God is and what He does in my life.
And sorry, just to touch on like the way we only see short term, something that's bad, that we can't see any good in it. You know, and obviously when the time passes and we see, damn, horrible, and we move forward in life and we're like, wait, but that taught me how to deal with this.
Yeah.
You know, that could have been the miracle in itself. The fact that you learn something and now you can apply it to like the future events, or the future trials that you'll face.
Yes. So, yeah, guys, thank you for staying tuned to us and watching our video.
Yeah, nah. Like Franrico said,
Yeah.
we have guests in the future, hopefully. And we are trying to improve our condition of whatever this is. Filming.
Filming, yeah.
Yeah, nah. And there are works happening in the background.
Yes.
Yeah, you know, like Tristan said, we want to increase the production quality.
Yeah.
And also, we are trying to roll out like a new thing. So basically, we are going to ask you guys to we receive questions from you guys on our socials, like TikTok or Instagram, or even if you have our numbers, you can WhatsApp us.
Oh.
Yeah, bro, all the DMs.
Bruh, no.
Or in the YouTube comments, you know, we want to like know your questions that you have. For future guests, like the Richter is going to come on, somebody that's been in the faith for a long time, somebody that's done research. You know, he's a very intellectual guy.
Yeah.
So if there's any questions you guys have for him, please drop it like in wherever I just listed.
Yeah.
And also at church, we're thinking of adding a box, whoever's in our church watching this, adding a box where you can write on a piece of paper, like what questions you have, and put it in there, and then we'll bring it on the podcast and have a section allocated to that.
To answer questions, yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool.
And you know, not just questions, if you have advice on how to move forward, or like thoughts that we should think about when we're going to do anything.
Yeah.
Please let us know.
We just want as much feedback as possible,
Yeah,
because ultimately we are family.
Yeah, no,
Yes,
this is not an individual thing.
And we love you guys, and we want to know.
Definitely.
Yeah, we love you guys.
So,
Yeah, is that it?
Is that it?
is that it?
I think that's it.
Thank you guys for tuning in for the Live for Christ podcast.